Hi, my name is Tim Terry. I'm a native of Memphis, Tennessee, home of Stax, Memphis Blues. I currently reside here. I work for Memphis City Schools. I've been here about 8 years. I'm 36 years old. I'm a caseworker here at Southwest Prep Academy, and I deal with your teenagers, right? A little bit about myself. Moved to Nashville where I was introduced to all types of music, country music, jazz, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I began songwriting there in Nashville, and then I moved to California. I lived in San Diego and San Francisco, and so that opened up my ears, and my musical journey began sort of in California there.
Tell us about your craft.
My craft, like I said, I've been a musician since I was 3 years old, and I've been playing. I come from the church. My dad was a pastor, so I learned how to play backing up the preacher, I guess. And that moved on up. You know, my background is church, and that moved up to me playing for various functions and jazz, country, whatever was paying while I was in school in Nashville. And then that moved me to California where I started writing songs. And I landed a couple of song placements on the show Girlfriends. And I was also featured on Nick Cannon's, his first album, a song called My Rib. And I did the hook on that. So that was my introduction into, what it could really be like.
Has anyone ever compared you to other performers in your field?
I've been compared to D'Angelo, Bilal, Music, Soul Child, and I think they do that because we do our own background vocals, but D'Angelo is not the originator of that. That goes all the way back to Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, even further back. You have Ray Charles, that instituted that. So,
who and or what are your inspirations?
I draw inspirations from life. The success, triumphs, and the failures of life. They all inspire me to write. It's a story in everything. And so I'm just been blessed with the gift to be able to write about it.
Do your friends and family support your craft?
They're on board now. Like I say, I come from the background of church and a very straight line, 9 to 5 type of family, where my mom, if it's not gospel, you're singing for the devil. And then my brother, who's my biggest influence, he started teaching me how to play. When you played, that's just something that you do on the side. And so now that when I put out my first album and they heard how professional it was, they started to come around. And now my mom even, enjoys some of my music. I don't let her listen to everything, but she enjoys most of my music.
What's been your biggest break to date?
My biggest break to date has hearing my music on a internationally televised show, Girlfriends, which is now in syndication, and that opened so many other doors for me. So that's been my biggest break today. It was on a couple of episodes.
What is your current living situation?
My current living situation, I'm single, single father. I have my custody of my child every other week. So as a grown working adult, I enjoy living in my own home. And so that's my current living situation here in Memphis.
Paint us a picture of the town you live in.
Memphis, it's a challenging city musically because everyone here can play well and everyone here can sing very well. You can go hear some good music anywhere, at church, any club. It's going to be great musicianship and great vocals wherever you go here. So I'm blessed to be a part of that, where I can just go whenever I need some inspiration, whenever I want to hear something. I can go anywhere in Memphis and the bands are, above board. It's top of the line. So the music is just undeniable.
Besides performing, how do you pay your bills?
Like I said, I work for Memphis City Schools, so that's my Clark Kent, as I titled it, my 9 to 5, and I do that, and plus I gig outside of being Tim Terry, in third person. I gig as a keyboardist.
Describe what a typical day is like in your shoes.
Typical day starts very, very early for me. I'm up at about 5:15, 5:30. I'm at work from 7 to about 4-ish. In between, I try to, get a few TTE things, I call it, the Tim Terry experience. TTE things accomplished because I have to be online so much, social media, but I can only do so much of that. So my day really opens up for me after 4 o'clock, where I'm still doing hours and hours of social media, tweeting, checking my website, sending out emails, and along those lines, I'm trying to find some room to create. I don't have a team behind me, so it's all on me trying to deal with every facet of, the Tim Terry experience.
What types of venues do you perform in, and how often?
I performed at all types of venues, outside festivals, that featured, 20 to 30,000 people. The Cooper Young Festival here that we have in Memphis. I've done some hole-in-the-wall clubs. I've done some amphitheaters. I did the Stars Amphitheater in Tampa, Florida. So I've done a host of, from the biggest to the smallest. I've done a family reunion. I don't do anything regularly here in Memphis anymore because I'm on the road, and I'm looking to do more of that starting here in March. So look for me in the city near you. You can check my website out for my tour dates.
Discuss some obstacles that you've overcome in your life. How has your craft helped you overcome them?
Music is at the core of who I am. And back in 2007, I had a motorcycle accident. I was involved in an accident. My first album in 2004, I thought that was gonna be it for me, but it it didn't do it. It didn't do the things that I thought it was gonna do. So I was very, very depressed. And so around 2006, I stopped doing music completely. I stopped playing. I wasn't singing out. I wasn't performing. And around May of 2007, it was May 1st actually, I had a motorcycle accident. Dislocated my right ankle, fractured my right ankle, and dislocated my left wrist. In doing so, I was unable to play. And at that moment in my rehab, I found that passion again, because I wasn't able to play anymore. And I was jumping around on one leg, trying to play with one hand, trying to recapture, my motion. And all I could think about was playing, singing, writing, doing whatever I could do.
Have you ever reached a point where you wanted to give up on your dreams?
Yeah, it was around that time, around 2006. I was so disenchanted with the lack of success I was having. And I just felt like I had such a good record. Why is it so hard for me to get radio play? I was just naive to the business, but anything worth having is worth, fighting for.
What inspires you to keep pursuing your dreams?
Things that inspire me are here in Memphis, they play my single Ooh Wee on the radio, V101, which is phenomenal. Not to have any backing behind me, but I'll have people come up to me that don't necessarily know that that's me that's singing that song. I may have gone to school with them, and they're like, man, we love that song. It could be playing in a different establishment, a restaurant, or whatever, and just to hear people, bob in their heads or see them moving around, and to come up to me and like, man, I really enjoy that tune. That's a nice cut. That really inspires me to continue doing what I'm doing.
Where do you see yourself in the years to come? What are your goals?
My goals are to be able to successfully, to me, according to me, be able to just do all things related to music and be able to survive off of that and to live, have an abundant living on that. You know, whether that be songwriting, me as an artist, me touring, however that comes, you know, writing for others. As long as I'm able to do that and live out my passion musically, that's where I see myself.
Anything else you want to share?
I would admonish you to check out my website, thetimterryexperience.com. That's going to give you all things Tim Terry, videos, more music, access to some hidden music that I'm working on. Follow me on Twitter at Tim Terry Music. Check out my new video, Ooh Wee, on YouTube. We're actually about to start working on my next video, Spread Love, which will be my next video, my next single. That's what's going on with me, and I hope you guys are interested enough to come check with me out, hang with me.